I'm Kerry Butler. I'm playing Barbara in Beetlejuice, and these are my mishaps and memories. Some mishaps have happened during Beetlejuice. One time, I have to, spoiler alert, I levitate in the show. So one time I'm levitating and the stage manager comes on and he's like, I'm sorry, we have to stop the show. We didn't know that, we had no idea anything was going on. So they give everyone's like walking off stage and I'm just stuck there levitating. And so then the curtain is coming in as I'm still levitating. So I just like waved goodbye to the audience. And then another time, when I'm haunting, I got so into it that like, we'll rattle chains and I don't know. And I actually like ripped my dress open. But you know, I am trying to save Beetlejuice and give the people something to come back for, their money's worth. So they got an extra part of their show that time. I don't remember many mishaps, but I have a really great memory from Mean Girls. Tina Fey and I were friends already because our daughters grew up together. And on somewhere around my last show, the girls were taking me out and they surprised me and took me to Tina's office and she threw me a going away party and it was, I was totally surprised and it was all watercolors because I love to paint, so every table had watercolor paints set over and then everyone painted me a picture for my last show and it was really special. Hairspray was sort of like the most exciting part of my career just because it was my first hit show. We were all so young and so close because we went out of town to Seattle together, so we were really, really bonded. Firestein and Dick Latessa, I decided were gonna be my mentors. And I wanted my career, the way I treated people, to be like the way they treated people. And so Dick Latessa would just come in, do the show, always happy, and leave, and never cause drama or anything like that. So I was like, I want to be like him. And then Harvey was like the mother to all of us. And he would always stand up when something happened to someone in the ensemble. He would use his power and his voice to stand up for everyone that kind of didn't have as much a voice as he did. His dressing room was the hangout and everyone was loud in there. We would all just hang out there the whole time. And he would take pictures of everybody. So his walls were covered in these amazing pictures that he took every day of everybody just being in his dressing room. So my best mishap is Beauty and the Beast. Everyone who came to Beauty and the Beast came thinking that there's this amazing thing that happens at the end, the Beast transformation. Everyone hears about it, and it was pretty spectacular. The Beast, Bella's crying over the Beast, and then the music, the Beast starts floating up into the air, and then he starts floating this way, then he turns, and so then you're like, oh, okay, well, obviously he's on strings, he's, you know, whatever's happening that way. But then he rotates this way, and you're like, what? How did he do that? While he's rotating, he's transforming. You see, oh, whoa, there's his real hand. Well, he comes down and his face, he's a completely different person. He's skinny, he looks like a real person, he's not the Beast anymore. So anyway, that's the whole trick, what's supposed to happen. One day, I get on to the stage, the castle, and they're like, the magic isn't happening today, the magic isn't working. I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen? So I'm crying over the Beast. No, please don't leave me. And then the music starts. I have no idea what's gonna happen. And Chuck Wagner was the Beast. And so he stands up and he just starts doing like a modern dance. It's the funniest thing ever. Like, and like you have to really see the dance because it's like he's doing turns and then Well, Xanadu was my scariest show. I thought I was going to die every show, and I can't believe that I made it out without breaking anything because 3 people broke legs or bones before we opened. The saddest memory was that James Carpinello, who was my boyfriend in the show, my sonny, he was always teaching me how to skate because he was an amazing skater, and he played hockey, and he was always holding my hands, showing me how to do everything. And then one day he was showing me what not to do, and then that is when he broke his leg in 3 places. Well, my husband is a puppeteer, and suddenly our worlds combined because all the people that worked the big plant were my friends from my husband, like Matt Vogel, Marty Robinson. They all worked the plant, and they're these like famous puppeteers. So at the end of the show, when the plant grows and it comes out in our production, the plant came out over the audience's head and like went right out over all the audience, and like the people were looking up screaming, and I was being eaten by the plant during that time. So I'm inside the plant's mouth, going over the audience, and all I'm not harnessed in or anything. All I'm doing is holding onto a bar inside the plant's mouth with my feet dangling out over the audience. And it's like going up and down. It was really fun. And I'm in the plant's mouth and I'm looking at my friends like Matt Vogel and Marty just like holding on, like, I hope I don't fall out on top of the audience. Another show similar to Beetlejuice where our fans went bananas. They would come with signs, they would do the dance moves. I remember one time I was in a restaurant, and you know, like, especially then as a Broadway performer, I don't get recognized. I'm not like famous or anything. So I remember one time I'm in a restaurant and I look out the window and the people are there just going like this to me and my family. We're like, what is happening? I only came on in the second act. It was a very cush job. But at the end of the first act, I had this one pivotal moment. Aaron Tveit and Norbert Leo Butz they see each other for the first time and they have this like beautiful moment. It's like very touching, and all I had to do was walk across the stage. That's it. And it's during this very touching moment. So I'm walking across the stage, and one day my shoe gets caught in a track in the stage, and I can't get it out. And so then I'm like, oh my gosh, all I have to do is walk across the stage, and now I'm stuck. What do I do? Do I lean over and pick up my shoe, or do I take my foot out and just leave my shoe there? So anyway, that's what I decided to do. And then I'm like, I'm ruining the show. There's this whole moment. I'm just stuck here trying to get my foot out. So I decided to be like Cinderella and leave my shoe on stage, and I kind of walked like on tiptoe on one foot, so hopefully that the audience wouldn't notice it. And then I saw Aaron after that scene. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. All I have to do is walk across stage and I almost ruined the show. And Aaron was like, Gary, I saw all of that stuff go on your face. I saw everything, like, oh, I'm ruining the show. Do I leave my shoe here? Do I pick it up? So anyway, I don't think I ruined the show that day. So people always think, you know, being on Broadway is so glamorous. And when we did Les Mis, there was a very big rodent problem. And backstage in my dressing room, a lot of times I would see mouse poop on my makeup. And sometimes I would try and trick the mice, and I would put chocolates like in my robe pocket, thinking they won't go in my robe pocket, but they did. They climbed up my robe, and then there would be the wrappers all over the floor. But the worst story is one day, I don't remember who it was, but someone during the show, they have to like run backstage and change boots, and they put on their boot and there was a dead mouse in their boot. True story.